Time to do an upgrade, so to speak. I wanted to do this for, I don't know, almost 2 years or so, however long it's been since I've owned my Walker MT. I just didn't want to pay the $700 whatever for this upgrade kit. And I found a guy, Brandon Curry, online that watches my YouTube videos, follows me on Instagram, and he had this kit. He put it on his mower, took it off for whatever reason, and he was selling it. So I got a smoking deal on this kit, and I bought it from him, and he shipped it to me on Wednesday, and it just showed up today. So I had to prep the mower before it got here so it's ready for this upgrade that I've really wanted and I'm really excited about. So you can watch me prepping for it right now.
Alright, I'm just going to walk you guys through the process here with everything I do. I'm pulling the set screws out. There's 2 of them in this sleeve, and then the sleeve comes off. And Brandon told me when I bought this kit off him that it's a nightmare to get this out. It just doesn't come out easy. So for the last 3 days leading up to this, I've been spraying it a little bit more each day and letting penetrating oil soak down in there. It didn't matter. You guys are going to see me go through everything to try to get this thing out. And I mean, I beat it with picks and sledgehammers. I didn't care about the bearings inside because you take them out and you don't use them anyway, which you guys will see later on in the video. But I tried pulley pullers, everything. It just wasn't happening. I decided to take these wheels off. They'd have to come off for the new kit anyway, but it'll keep that fork from swinging around back and forth. But I tried everything and it just wasn't happening. And then I finally called in the big guns. I called in Ryan, and he came over and he said, just pound that thing back up a little bit. So I did, and he cut it off with a cutoff wheel. It dropped down a little bit. He put a pick on there, hit it once with a hammer, and it popped right out. He says, anything else you need me to do while I'm here? Real funny guy. But it was driving me crazy all day, and he got it that easy. And then onto the bearings. But go ahead and watch this, guys. Enjoy it. You're going to see me go through all different kinds of things, as you've been watching already. Different things I try to do to get this thing out of there. It just drove me crazy. But, you know, either way, it's an experience. And
so it is out. Let me show you. See, it's all white. We had to heat this up with the torches to get this top bearing out. I don't know if you can tell. There's a little, there's a little lip in there. And the new piece sets up under the bottom, and there's a 1/2 inch thick by 2 inch round spacer that goes down in there, and then the bolt comes up through with a nut on top to hold that new piece in. What we had to do, I pounded on this thing all day. I tried using 2 different pulley pullers. I broke them both. We end up cutting this off. We cut the top half of that off, which is right here. Once we cut this off, it dropped down almost all the way. We gave it one whack with a chisel and hammer, and it came right out. These are the bearing spacers that go, one in the top, one in the bottom, that have to come out to put the new kit in. But Ryan came over, and I held a board there so that none of the sparks flew towards the fuel filter and everything that's up there. I held a board there while Ryan cut that off for me, and then he pounded it down through. We used the angle grinder to cut it off, and then we used the torches to heat that up, and then slide hammer kit to pop the bearings out. So now it's ready for the new kit.
Make it if I chase that check, yes.
Cause I done seen the time go by for too many years now when the stars were aligned. Cause I done seen the time go by. Yeah, I done seen the time go by.
The kit showed up, and here it is. I just got home, and it was sitting on my doorstep. My only concern is there is a nice size hole in the bottom of this box right here, and I'm hoping that nothing is missing out of this box because UPS was apparently reckless. So let's get this opened up and see what we got.
And it was right before my eyes, watching all this time slip by. Now I realize I've been waiting all my life, and it was right before.
Okay, so there's everything in the kit. Looks like he likes Chinese too. I have a ton of these Chinese takeout containers. But here's the hardware. That there and that there are the pins that go through here for the wheels. This is the mounting hardware, the mounting kit that goes right on the back. It goes right there. And I sanded this down and repainted the whole thing after Ryan and I had heated it up. And so that piece goes on there, and then that tail kit attaches to this here. And he did email me the instructions on how to mount this together, so it shouldn't be too difficult actually. Everything looks pretty simple, and let's get this thing mounted.
My eyes, watching all this time slip by.
This kit went on really easy. I think it took me about 4 minutes to actually install this whole thing. But you just put the 2 bolts in the sides there, run the 1 bolt up through the center with that spacer, like I was explaining before, how I had to clean out the top of that channel. There, drop the spacer in, bolt up through. There's a lock nut on the top, and then I just put the actual pivot axle across and run a bolt through that, and same thing, lock nut on the back of that. It went together extremely simple, but I think this thing's going to turn out awesome. So thanks for watching again, guys, and enjoy the rest of this.
So that's pretty much all there is to it. That bolted on real easy. The whole thing went together real easy. I used my regular Milwaukee screw impact because I didn't want to use my heavy duty Milwaukee. I didn't want to take a chance of snapping these bolts, because my other Milwaukee, it's something like 1,400 foot-pounds of torque. It has more torque than my actual air impacts. So now I can take the wheels from a lot of these. This is what was on there, and a lot of these have just the 1 fat wheel. Mine had the 2 wheels side by side, and which is lucky for me because I can use those wheels in there. I don't have to buy new ones. It has this center shaft here, and the wheel goes on each side. Then these nuts on the end with a set screw in them. And I cleaned these up because I didn't know if I was going to need those. But that's what these are for. And he's got the nut with the set screw and everything already on these. So here are the tires. When I pulled these 2 apart, there was so much nasty stuff built up in between them. It was disgusting. I had to actually chisel it out of there. It was mud packed, everything. So I sprayed them down real good with purple power. They've been sitting here for a couple hours. I'm going to scrub them out real quick and rinse them off, and then I'm going to shoot them with black paint, so the inside of the rim, because I mean they're destroyed. They're all rusty and stuff from the crap that was in there. So I'm going to clean these up, shoot them with some black paint, let them dry overnight, and then put them on, and this thing will be done. It's going to look pretty awesome. But that is, I don't know how well you guys can see me, that is an upgrade I've wanted to do for a long time. I didn't want to spend the amount of money that Walker wants for that kit, so, and I really didn't want to spend it being in winter right now where I'm trying to conserve money as best I can throughout the winter. I really didn't want to spend that kind of money right now either, but it was a deal I couldn't pass up. You know, less than half price I got this kit shipped to my house, so super excited about it. I'll have no more of that ugly straight line down the center of my stripes. It'll track better because I know my Walker B that came stock with that kit on it tracks a lot better. It's just better all the way around. It drives better, it drives straighter. It's nice, so I'm pretty excited to have this on here. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all the support. I really appreciate it. And you know me, a lot more videos to come, especially Walker repair and upgrade videos. Well, there it is. It's on. I painted the rims black. I degreased them. I hit them with a wire wheel to clean them up, and I shot them with flat black paint. So that's it. There will be many videos to come on this because I've noticed on YouTube there are no videos of these mowers with split wheels. So you guys know I'll be putting a ton of videos up regarding this, and you will see it.